Welcome back to another video. Happy Monday. I know that I missed last week, but I've been a little sick and so basically I ended up going to Carbondale because I really needed to be back in nature. Like now that I'm back in Chicago, it's like I can feel the heaviness of the city. So it's like Carbondale was the one place that I really felt immersed in nature, and I could go like on hikes. It was like hella ponds and shit. So I'm like, fuck, let's go to Carbondale. And I went to Carbondale and ended up getting sick. So that in itself, I feel like has a lot of like meaning to it, but I'm not trying to get into it. But yes, welcome back to another video. So today's video is gonna be about the narrative that you tell yourself, the story that you tell yourself. And it's really important to make sure that you're telling yourself positive things, that you are speaking positivity into your life, because words are spells. What you speak, you manifest. Lately, I've been working on changing the narrative within myself, and I feel like over the last couple of weeks, I've been able to tell myself a new story. I've let go of the past. I've definitely changed the narrative within myself. I speak more positively to myself. I speak more positively into my future. Like instead of moving so fear-based, I just trust the universe and I move just more, everything's working out for me. I'm blessed. I say that good things are gonna happen to me. Instead of constantly worrying about all the bad things that happen, I just be like, wow, what if something actually good's happening? It's important to speak positively to yourself. It's important to tell yourself what you want to see in your life. I know that sometimes it's hard to see the positive when you're currently in a negative situation, but pain doesn't last forever. Like, I know that sounds terrible, but literally, like, everything that we go through, there's a beginning, a middle, and end. So it may feel like forever, but you have to tell yourself positive things to get through it. Like, constantly telling yourself negativity and reinforcing negativity is only gonna bring forth more negativity. So that's what I've been working on lately. And I feel like it's been helping me be able to trust more, not even other people, but just like more so trust myself. I've just been able to let go and live and not constantly worrying about if somebody is trying to fuck me. Like, that's not a good mindset to have, to think that everybody's out to get you at every second. Like, I just move so much more gracefully now because I know that good things are happening to me. So I was thinking about that topic. Like, I was just thinking generally, like, wow, this is what I've been up to. Like, I'm really proud of myself for trying to like let go. And I was listening to this podcast, Power Her, and I talked about it in some of my previous videos. They were talking about how the narrative that you tell yourself is the most important narrative. The beliefs that you hold is pretty much what you manifest into your life. Whatever beliefs you have, whatever beliefs are stored in your subconscious, you're going to manifest that into your waking life. And sometimes it's hard to stay positive when you're living in a bad situation, or you're like everything around you feel like it's falling apart. But when you focus on the positive, you can only bring more positive towards you. And it's crazy because like I meet people and sometimes they feel like basically it's hard to bring positive stuff to them. It's always stuff happening to them. But that's the thing, like in your subconscious mind, if you're caught up in, hey, something's always happening to me, or I can't do this, I can't do that, nothing ever good's happening to me, even though you're not speaking these things, you're thinking these things and you're reinforcing them, and you're bringing that type of belief into your life. And so that was my main issue. It's like, it's not even what I was telling myself. It's more so I was holding a belief in my head. I was holding myself to that standard. And so therefore I was reinforcing all the stuff that I was thinking. All I know is I stopped telling myself the same outdated stories, and I just feel so much better about my reality and what's happening in my life. Like, it doesn't feel good to tell myself things that make me feel bad. So I changed the story and I started telling myself things I want to happen to me, things that I like and things that are positive, not constantly focusing on what could go wrong or the negative of the situation. Sorry, my son has joined the conversation. But no, really, it's just as simple as just saying the opposite of what you feel sometimes. Like, that's basically how I started. Like, if I was feeling like I was having a bad day or I wasn't as attractive, I would just tell myself I was attractive, whether I believed it or not in that moment. But eventually, when you constantly tell yourself something, you constantly hold one thing to yourself, that's a belief. So instead of having negative beliefs, why not have positive beliefs? Like, why not hope and wish for the best? So it just feels so much better to tell myself the positives instead of focusing on the negatives. Like, I guess it's like the situation where they say the glass is half full or half empty. Like, it's really just how you decide to look at the situation. Telling yourself shitty stories does not feel good. Like, so basically I just decided, and like one day I just woke up and was like, I'm done telling myself these shitty stories. Well, obviously it's growth happens through situations, at least for me. So I have been through a couple situations where it was just like, every time I think about the negative side of things, that negative side of things actually happens. Or I just bring forth more negative situations because of the way that my thinking is going. So I'm just like, I'm done with that. Like, I want a positive life. I want a happy life. So to do that, I have to think positive things. Like, I just really just didn't realize how much I was holding on to of outdated stories and just thoughts that I was telling myself about me, about the way that I was living. Like, so yes, words are spells. And I mean, it's just as simple as believing that you deserve good, because everyone does deserve good. So just believe you fucking deserve good and accept that shit. No, I'm kidding. But I just wanted to come over here right quick and say, hey, hi, hello. I'm a little under the weather, but here I am. And hopefully, I think it's my allergies. Anyway, thanks for watching.